Okay, so this is really important, okay? Like, practically the fate of the universe depends on this, so make sure you listen very carefully. So basically, you get in the car, and you push the clutch. That's the pedal on the left, not the one in the middle, though you need to push that too. Might be one of the most important parts. Okay, got it? Yup. No! Bad cat! Aww. Chip, no! Aww. No, Chip! No. Chip? What? No. That's 350. Hello, welcome to Strem. How is it going, everybody? How was your Tuesday? Yes, it is. I asked the calendar man, and he said it was Tuesday today. So thank you so much for the resub, Great Falcons. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yay, yay, indeed. It do be yay. Also, Connor, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. Mau. It's them. Who is it? Fixing sleep schedule. Mood. Yo, the prime resub. Thank you, Treads Unicorn. Welcome in, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Hope you all had the most amazing hacking weekend of all time. And if you didn't, then I'm gonna be really, really upset. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I prefer tea. Well, I do actually have tea. So there. It's gone a bit cold now. Because I have a really good habit of making myself tea and then immediately forgetting about it. But it's okay. Well, actually it's not okay because I kind of hate the taste of like lukewarm tea. It's like really gross to me. Can you do chip voice? No. I have like zero vocal range. I can't go high, like, I mean, I could try to like raise my voice up a little bit, and this is kind of like how it sounds. That's like as high as I can go. I can't do high voices anymore. Thank you for the resub, by the way, Pretzel. How are you? I'm doing great, thanks. I'm doing good. Thanks. Thanks, Random Gifter, for the membership. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you probably got that from the from the subathon earlier this month. We had some very generous gifters, which was excuse me, really cool. Yeah, I think they gave out more gifted memberships than I even have like viewers on YouTube, so that was pretty fun. How's Andrew? Did he finish MGS last night? No, he did not. You're gonna have to tune in on Monday. But apparently he's pretty close to the end of Metal Gear Solid 3, so that's really cool and exciting, I guess. I don't know. Isn't there like 10 million Metal Gear Solid games? Okay. Eat. Thanks to that person. Yeah, I don't know. There's no way to like see who gifted you one, right? That'd be cool if so, but not like YouTube actually like puts thought into like investing in the live stream side of things. It's except if it's like vertical live streams nowadays, because of course YouTube loves to just like copy TikTok instead of just being its own thing. Anyway. Thank you for the resub, Steven. Welcome in, dude. How are you? Meows in Vulpine. I don't know about that. How do you feel today? I feel pretty good. Yeah. I'm just surprise. Very tired. Which is a little bit, it's been annoying me, to be honest, because yesterday was a really good day in terms of like productivity and just overall mood and stuff. And now today I wake up and I'm like dying. I feel like I'm not fully awake yet. Just trust me on this one. Okay. If you say so. YouTube won't show you who gifted your membership except in the first time it's gifted, but Twitch will show you in the gifted subs panel. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Twitch. You play Palworld? I've never played Palworld. I don't really have an interest in playing that game, to be honest. Like, I'm sure it's cool and stuff, but it doesn't seem like the kind of game I would enjoy. I don't really find the whole concept of, like, capturing and enslaving and giving guns to your monsters that appealing. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't find it, like, offensive or anything. It's, like, funny in its own way, but it's just not my kind of thing, personally. So yeah, not my game. Just so I can use your preferred products. What are they? I'm a heat it kind of thing. Meow 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 meow. So yeah, today we're working on surprise an animation. Yes, I am in fact somebody who makes animations. Isn't that crazy? Yo, thank you for the random meow, Jehan. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, as usual, I'm not gonna explain too much about what this animation is. I'll give you a little preview of how this part that I'm working on right now. It's like this. Is like bro's doing a wave, bro's waving. Isn't that cool? Yeah, and then if I finish this part today, which I should, all I have to do is like the ears and stuff. And I gotta figure out how do I get from this position to this position. That's gonna be interesting. And then we get to do lip sync. Looks beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you for the save reminder, by the way, PokeSeal. Doing great. I'm okay. I just got finished ranting, doing my regular rant about how I'm very tired. Yeah, struggling to wake up today, but it's okay. Yeah, a little bit annoying considering how good yesterday was in terms of productivity. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is a 30-second long animation, which probably doesn't sound like that much if you're not an animator, but trust me, it is. Look at all these frames. You can see that, right? All these frames. And I started from I think here. Yesterday I started from here, about 5 seconds in, and I did all of this in one day. I mean, except for this little part, I did that this morning. But yeah, absolutely wild. I wish I could say that it's like almost done, but I already know the lip sync is gonna take me 2,000 years. But it's okay. So your motivation ever evaporated 0.07 seconds after opening the application? Honestly, that was kind of me this morning. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up and I was like kind of struggling to get out of bed, but I did it anyway, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, it's gonna be like yesterday, right? Because yesterday I also hello. We actually still have some is it called polyfill?
Yeah.
In the box where I put all my like crafting supplies.
Oh.
I mean, it's probably not enough, but you can try adding it anyway.
Like fluffy, but small.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm streaming, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry about that that disgraceful, very rude interruption. We finally so like it's you know like, because I go to like conventions and stuff and I sell like stuff because you know it's fun and cool and stuff. One of the things is body pillow covers, and like, hear me out, it's not what you think. They are very safe for work. It's literally just, they have like a long chip on them, and it's hilarious and adorable. But did you, like, do any of you actually own a body pillow, like just the pillow? They are like stupidly expensive. Like, I don't, like, they're like 40 euros minimum for just a long pillow. Ridiculous. So what we decided to do is just buy like the filling that goes into pillows and just stuff it into the into the pillowcase. And that's like, it comes out way cheaper. I used to, it cost me 70 USD. Yeah. But like, is that with a design on it as well? Because I know like, that sounds like it makes sense with the design. If that's just the pillow, that's like crazy. Yeah. So that's why I got interrupted. Apparently we didn't buy enough filling. It's a pretty... Es ist ein riesiger Kissen, ehrlich zu sein. Also ergibt Sinn, dass man viel von dieses Stoff braucht. Was heißt das? Füllung. Stretch, was heißt Stretch auf Deutsch nochmal? Hä, was heißt das? Ich habe das Wort voll vergessen. Okay. Strecken sie sich. Ja. Was wollte ich noch sagen? Keine Ahnung. Keine Idee. Weiß auch nicht. Ah. Okay. Non-German understanders, you didn't miss much. I had to stretch, but I forgot the word for... I forgot the German word for it. B on shrimp. Okay. If you say so. But 150 by 50 for around 40 for the pillow itself, but it's comfy. They are cool, like... it's not even in like a... Oh, why am I frozen? Oh, right. So like, when that boop thing happens... the first time you do it, it makes my model lag, so I usually play it before I start stream just so that doesn't happen, but I forgot this time, can you tell? Huge blanket from the Christmas sale is so good. I'm glad you like it. I'm really happy with how the design came out as well. Yeah, there we go. It shouldn't do that anymore now. But yeah, I haven't seen like just the pillow for like a body pillow cheaper than 40 euros. And then you buy the case as well. And when you buy like a pillowcase from like an artist or like a convention, I'm like selling mine for like 20 euros, right? And everyone's like, yo, yours are so cheap. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I look at other artists and they're like 50 for like just the case. Which, don't get me wrong, like, fair price, honestly, because, like, you know, the artwork is very beautiful and everything, and I think artists should charge as much as their stuff is, like, worth, how much their supporters wanna pay for it. Like, I'm not trying to, like, judge anyone for that, I just found it funny. Also, what's up, Nebula? Welcome in. Thank you for the 22-month resub. What the flip? Absolute legend. Bro, it's been 15 minutes, my throat is already hurting. Ah. Pillowcases can be anything between 10 and 70 depending on the art and material. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, to be fair, you're kind of like buying like a giant art print if you think about it. So, I guess it makes sense that they're quite expensive. I just didn't realize that I could have been charging more for mine this whole time. I mean, I don't know. I think 20 is still fair because it's like a, you know, it's like a funny funny design, not like an adult one. You don't have to pay the not safe for work tax. Oh. What was I talking about before the rude interruption? I think I was just explaining what I'm working on, right? That doesn't look right. Bro, like, animating, like, the ears and the fur and stuff is, like, my favorite part. It's so fun. Animating floppy ears. The floop. Yeah, okay. It's coming from this direction. Yes. Yes, indeed. I know what I'm doing. Bro, I feel like there was a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. But now everything's gone from my brain. Man, I really wish my tea wasn't cold. It tastes so gross. Like, it's not even that cold, but it's... I just find it so gross. Can't wait to play your game. Heck yeah. I hope you enjoy it. I've been thinking about streaming it again, but I don't know what to, like, do. It's... Although, okay, I just had an idea. Like, literally just had an idea. Wait, let me concentrate for a second. Okay. Because I want to make my own, like, 100% playthrough video. Or kind of like a reference, you know, like something people can watch if they're like stuck or like they just want like a walkthrough of the game or something. And I was gonna take my let's play through that I did at the beginning of the subathon at the beginning of this month and edit that down into a video. But I just spent so much time in that video like wandering around because I didn't know where all the collectibles were. So I feel like trying to edit that down into an actually useful video would be kind of a pain. So maybe I should do another playthrough on stream where I like actually play through the game in a reasonable amount of time and then edit that down into a video. I know, meow. It did play. It's just that Chip doesn't react to it anymore. Because... I'm using a different method to animate Chip now. It's basically this program called... Sorry, I just had to like check that this looks how I want it to. It's a program called VTS Pog, and it's nice because I can essentially use a VTuber model. Like that Chip in the corner is a VTuber model. I could like switch to him right now, but he wouldn't react to my face because I don't have it set up like that. And that way he's like actually animated. Like you can see that he's breathing. His mouth opens and closes when the text-to-speech happens. The way I had it set up before was literally just two PNGs that react to sound. Like when it hears sound, it switches to the open mouth one, and then when it doesn't hear sound anymore, it switches back to the closed mouth one. Which was like cool and all, but I really wanted an animated one. And then I found this program that allows me to do that, which is really cool. But now that's like only set up with text-to-speech. And I don't know if there's a way I can make it so it still reacts to the meow. Like, I've no idea how I would do that, to be honest. So it's kind of a shame because I did like the meow. But I don't know. I have no idea if that's even possible for me to set up again. Don't even get me started on editing whole playthroughs. Yeah. Take fan requests for updates. You mean in the game? Because you can always join the devs Discord server and leave feedback. We've already implemented a lot of highly requested things, so feel free to do that. Would take a couple extra hooks into the cat react, but it's doable with some work. Make a live 2D animation and trigger it whenever Chip meows. Okay, but like, how would it trigger? I guess I can... If I like set that up in... Mix it up. But like how? I mean... Okay, I'm brainstorming. I think it actually would be possible if I would do it through Mix It Up. Because I already have this action set up with the random meow. If I just add an animation to it, and it should theoretically play every time there's a meow. It wouldn't react to the sound like the way it used to. So I would have to play around with the timing, I think, because the meows are all different lengths. But that way Chip could meow, which is kind of like the point of the meow. So I'll look into that. What was I doing? Yeah, yes. Okay, which direction is it going in? To the right. Uh-huh. I see. Get out of here. What happened to the cat? What cat? I don't have a cat. Back to lurkies. No worries, dude. Have a good lurk. I will try not to be too distracting, I guess. Which one of these is your favorite? I actually really enjoy those chip emotes I made where it's like... Wait, this is not right. Man. What was I saying? Like it's like a picture of a cat that's been like edited so it looks like he's like smiling. I love that one. This should work. Why does it look like his ear is jumping around so much though? Aha, okay. I see the issue. I did that in the wrong direction. SMH my head. Bro, I love this feature of Clip Studio that you can just erase the lines like that. It has saved me so much time. Stretch? Okay. That was a good sweat. A good stretch. Switch. Let me actually also drink some water. Ah. Delectable water. Tastes like absolutely nothing. Just how it should. Actually, this water's a little bit gross. It's the little water. Like the supermarket. not the size. Okay, wait. Yeah, so it should be more, it should be like this. Right? Am I doing that right? Yep. That makes so much more sense. Okay. Cool. Thank you for the save reminder. And like so. Yes, I love making the pictures move. Do you think I would, like, get burned at the stake if I existed in medieval times? Because I'm like animation is like witchcraft, really, if you think about it. Making pictures move, that sounds pretty witchcrafty. Oh yeah, as usual, feel free to let me know what you're working on. I'm very interested. Or what you're playing, I guess. I know a lot of you like to play video games while watching, which is very respectable and valid, by the way. Working on my website? Yo. That's cool. I used to make websites when I was like 10. Like very basic HTML and CSS that I just yoinked from other people, but still, it was an looking back a cool hobby to have as a 10-year-old, I think. And I don't know why I didn't like stick with it. So I did enjoy it quite a lot. I think maybe at a certain age I just kind of like didn't have as much time for it. And I just started doing more. Oh yeah, I started doing more animation, and I'm sure you guys know how long it takes to make animation. I didn't have a ton of time for many other creative hobbies, unfortunately. Dude, you know these people who frickin' like... They like animate and also like make their own music and like 10 other different creative hobbies? Like, how do you have time for this? Working on a sprite sheet for fun, no reason. That's amazing. Doing stuff for fun, like doing creative stuff for fun is like the best. I've been feeling a bit, I don't know if it's like burnt out. I don't know if I feel, if I've been, yeah, I guess I've been feeling a bit burnt out lately when it comes to, art. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my throat. Wait, I have a cough button, so I can mute myself while I cough. Did that work? My button is showing an error message, so I don't think that worked. Oh well, good thing I have a limiter, so it shouldn't have popped your ears out. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, in terms of like making art in general, like specifically I guess personal art, I've been kind of struggling to work on stuff just for fun. Like anything that's not like work related, like Chipflake related, game related, that kind of thing. And I don't know, I guess I just feel like this like pressure Because when I draw stuff like personal art, it is supposed to be for fun. But I still always have this like, I just still like subconsciously put this pressure on myself to make this art like good and like something I can post on social media. You know, just like in the, I guess I'm thinking like, I don't know, I guess I just have this habit of expecting myself to turn anything art related into like a potential job thing. When it's like personal art, it's like, oh, in case the whole Chipflake thing like explodes one day. And I can't do it anymore for whatever reason. I should be building a separate thing where I do art, like regular art, so I can do commissions and stuff like that. That's like my subconscious mindset. So I've been kind of struggling to do stuff for fun. Sadly. And I also, oh, thank you for the bits, Felix. Welcome in. Yo, the Aaron, glad to see you streaming again. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Oh, what is that? That's not supposed to be there. Wait. What is that? What are you? Is it this? Yeah. Yeah, and also another thing that I'm struggling with when it comes to working on personal art is that I tend to have a habit of using those as like a way to improve. Every single time I draw something for myself, I'm always experimenting with it. Like I always try something new. I always try to improve things that I don't like about my art in general, which is obviously cool and all, but I just keep getting into these situations where I never finish anything because of that. And that making art for fun just feels stressful. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad I can use this emote again. It is very useful, isn't it? It's really funny. I made that emote in like... Bro, I don't know why I keep pronouncing stuff like a Dutch person these days. Emote. I made that emote in like 15 minutes. I just like randomly had the idea for it one day and I was like, okay, I'm making this. And I made it. And now it's like my favorite, or like my most used emote. Message just appeared, so I'm gonna put it again. Headset is raising prices on April 1st, so my monthly cost will go up by 11 euros. Oh my god. Maybe it's an elaborate April Fool's joke? What was the reason I got onto this topic? Oh yeah, somebody's working on something for fun. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been kind of like thinking a lot about how I would just draw stuff for fun when I was a kid. I would draw a lot of stuff because of that. Because there wasn't... I literally would draw stuff and I wouldn't show it to anybody. Like, not because I was embarrassed about it or anything, because it was literally just something I drew entirely for myself. And nowadays, I don't want to sound like, you know, own bad old man, but nowadays we got like social media puts so much pressure on us to like businessify our art, you know. And it's kind of a double-edged sword kind of thing because it does give artists an opportunity, a really good opportunity to like actually make a living from our art and stuff, which is definitely extremely cool. I don't want to take that for granted. But it does have this caveat of like, what if trying to make all of your stuff good and social media worthy? And that puts a lot of pressure on you. It takes a lot of the fun out of it. Yeah. How long does it take you to make a storytime animation? Too long. Too long. Yeah, I do get questions a lot about how long it takes me to make videos in general, and I always find it kind of hard to answer because it depends on so many things, and I don't really like track how long it takes me to make stuff. Even though I keep saying I should. I just find it hard to remember, like, I don't know, turn on a timer every time I start working on something. Cool thing about Clip Studio is I can actually open up this window here, and you can see that I've already spent 18 hours on this animation. This 30-second animation, by the way. Probably gonna take another 18. Maybe 15 if I work efficiently. I mean, I've been working efficiently. I don't know, animation in general takes really long. Like, I love it, but geez, it takes so long. Meowdy, meowdy. Ah. I have a lot of trouble tracking anything about myself as well, don't know why. Okay, that's nice to know that I'm not the only one. So when I say it out loud, it's like, oh, all I have to do is like, I don't know, open a program or something, and like, press a button, probably. But I can't, I don't know, I can't do it. It's... But hi Rick, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. Okay. Artist efficiency depends on the level of ADHD that day for me. I really feel that. I mean, I don't know if I have ADHD specifically, but my level of motivation is so like it grows and it ebbs and it flows week by week, and I often just have to get lucky. It's very frustrating. Especially when I have deadlines and important things I need to take care of. Yeah, I don't want to like... I don't want to like talk about too much like negative stuff, I guess. But yeah, I do... I have found it very frustrating over the years that I constantly have to like battle with my own brain in order to get stuff done. And like, I feel like I've figured out a lot of things about like how my brain works, and I've kind of like learned techniques to make things easier and better and more efficient. But it just frustrates me sometimes that I even have to do that. Like, I can't believe there's people who get up every day at the same time and they just work, and then they're done with work, and then they chill and they have fun and do their hobbies. Like, it's... Imagine just getting up in the morning, doing what you have to do, and then being done, and then chilling. Not being like, oh, I gotta do this thing, but like, I have to do this other thing, but like, I don't feel like doing this thing, so I'm gonna do this other thing, and then I gotta do, but then I have to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that thing, and then like, you know. I want to draw, but then I get the time for it. I just sink it into Stardew Valley. At least that's how it's been this past month. Yeah. I've been, it's been a little weird for me lately because I've been experiencing a lot of, apathy, I guess you would say. I guess you would call it. In regards to my hobbies. Which has, like, partially been a good thing because I do just sit and, like, do my work and I don't have this urge to play a game instead or something like that. But it also means that when I'm done with my work, I have a lot of days where I just sit there and do nothing because I don't feel like doing anything else. But yeah, I've also sort of been avoiding games because I am scared of getting into like a really good one and then I just can't do anything except think about this game and think about playing this game. I mean, in my case, it's a little bit easier because you know, art and stuff is my job, and if I don't do it, I will literally die. So that's motivation. Not to play a game, even if it's super addicting. But I definitely feel that, like, I've definitely had those phases where I've just been, like, super into a game. And I can't stop thinking about it, and I still work, but I work less because I want more time to play this stupid game. But I don't have a game like that right now, thankfully. But I'm scared that I will one day. At the same time, I also kind of miss being done with work and then booting up a game or something and just, like, getting super into it. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't really have anything right now that I'm, like, excited to do when I'm done for the day. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to use that to my advantage, I guess, for now. Yo, hello. In this house we say meowdy. I don't know about this cheek fluff. I don't know if that's gonna... Oh, actually it looks okay. It looks okayer than I thought it would. Meowdy, that's better. Thank you very much for the correction. Any advice on starting an animation channel? Okay, my biggest advice that I usually give to people who want to get into animation, specifically animation YouTube and stuff like that. I don't know how to phrase it. I'm just gonna say it. Cut corners wherever you can. I'm not even joking. Because the thing is, so many people, when they're just starting out making getting into animation YouTube, they make these crazy freaking highly detailed animations. Like their character, they're like animating on ones. Their character has like lip sync. It's fully colored in. There's the shading. The backgrounds are ridiculously detailed and shaded and everything. And it just takes so long to make such a detailed animation like that by yourself. It takes so long, and if you're unlucky, it's the kind of thing that makes you burnt out
like extremely quickly. And I think when it comes to animation on YouTube, specifically on YouTube, people are like, the audience is a lot more lenient with what they expect from it. Like in my experience, literally nobody cares if my character is, for example, shaded in or not. And I think that's cool, because that's a lot of time you can save. You know, instead of working on the same video for like 6 months or even longer, you can make like, I don't know, 1 video a month, and it's a lot more simple, but then, you know, you can put that time into making a script that you really like, doing a really good voiceover, and like keep it simple basically. Because people don't expect like Disney level animation from one person who probably also has a job or school or something that they need to handle as well. I think it takes a bit of time to find a level that you're happy with, because I know for a lot of animators, you do still want to keep some like level of quality, if that makes sense. Like personally, I have experimented with like really low frame rate and stuff like that, or like very minimal animation, but like the animation itself is like one of the most fun things for me. So with this video, for example, it's very, very animated. It's highly detailed frame by frame animation. But in order to make it so that I'm not spending 6 months making it, it's only 30 seconds long. 2, there's not going to be a background. 3, no shading. I mean, I don't shade my animations anyway, because I mean, it can look cool, of course, but I just think it's like super unnecessary, to be honest. Yeah, that kind of thing. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for the bits, Felix. I think the appeal of YouTube was that the content is made by everyday people instead of companies with big budgets. Exactly, yeah. That is, like, exactly what I'm trying to say. Especially, you know, nowadays, with the rise of, like, AI-generated content, I feel like people are, like, searching for art that has that, like, human touch to it. So, like, I can even take this animation as an example, and again, the reason this animation has taken me 18 hours so far is because, like, 10 of those I spent redoing it. Like, redoing this first, like, 5 seconds. Because I initially wanted these to be clean lines. And I was just really struggling to do that. Like, I kept trying, it didn't look good, I wasn't having fun with it, it was horrible. So, instead, I just went with the sketchy style. And it's like super messy and, I don't know, quote-unquote unprofessional. Or whatever. But 1, it's like way more fun to animate so loosely like this. And 2, people actually really appreciate like sketchy art styles. It's like stuff that looks like it was made by a person, you know what I mean? Remember you saying people would request to have you as a guest voice, but they don't have a script. I think that was... I think I was talking about how people would, like, recruit me to, like... Well, try to recruit me to, like, help them work on their projects and stuff. They'd be like, oh yeah, so I'm making, I don't know, an animated short. I'd be like, oh, cool, that sounds awesome. I'd love to, you know, show me the animatic and stuff. And they're like, oh, well, I didn't even start the script yet. it's like, okay, so you're like, you're requesting people's help with the animation for something that doesn't even have a script yet. Okay. It's interesting. It's like ridiculous how many times that has happened to me. Just wondering, what are your thoughts about the new Poppy Playtime? I have nothing to do with Poppy Playtime. I don't even know what it is. Is it a game? Yeah, it's that's one of those things that like really doesn't interest me. I'm sorry. Sorry if that's disappointing. Looks good. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. More frames tend to look better since then it looks smoother. I have I partially disagree with that, to be honest. In my opinion, what's more important than lots of frames is what is actually happening in those frames. Because a lot of my animations are actually only 12 FPS, sometimes even 8. So you'd be surprised like how smooth an 8 FPS animation can look if you're just smart about what you're actually drawing. I feel like most of the time what makes an animation look smooth is a mix of how you use ease-ins and ease-outs. Also, das ist sehr schlechtes Timing. Schlechtes? Das Timing. Ja, das Timing, ne? Ja. Also ich erkläre das nicht auf Deutsch. Ich habe keine Lust drauf. Ich weiß auch nicht, wie ich das machen würde. Wie ich das sagen würde. Keine Ahnung. Ich bin nicht so gut im so komplizierte Sachen erklären auf Deutsch. Mein Wortschatz ist nicht so groß. Groß. Okay, non-German understanders, all I said was, that's really bad timing. I'm not gonna explain that in German, like the animation stuff, because I don't even know how I would do that. I'm not very good at explaining complicated stuff in German, because my vocabulary is not very wide. Could actually translate some of that. Yo! Nice. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about like ease in and ease out frames. Like this, for example. This frame is very, very close to this frame. Rather than being like exactly in the middle of these two frames. Does that make sense? Like, okay, so the red line is this frame, the blue line is the next frame. So if I would draw this in between, like, you know, as you can see, it's not directly in the middle of these two frames, right? It's more leaning towards the red one, so the first frame, because he's easing out of this frame. So that's something that helps a lot with making your animations feel smoother. Another thing is arcs. So like, oh, I don't know how to explain this. With the hand wave, for example, it's kind of like going like this rather than like this, rather than just like in a straight line. His hand is like going in an arc. That's surprisingly, like, makes your animations feel like so much smoother. When I started paying more attention to that, I was really surprised by like how much better my animations looked. Likely, I'm just being hard on myself with frame count. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Personally, what I do is what I always recommend is to actually start with like as little frame rate as possible. And try to make your animation with as few frames as possible. And like only add in extra frames if you like 100% need them. That kind of like trains yourself to think about like, okay, am I illustrating like actually what I need? Like things that are actually necessary, if that makes sense. And it forces you to think more about the principles of animation, rather than just, you know, more frames equal more smooth. Okay, I think I am actually gonna go take a really quick break to grab some cola. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't forget while I'm gone there, Tim. Ah! The most terrifying thing of all is that his legless form now exists in the third dimension. Just kidding, they're just hidden. Chipflake.shop, a limited time. Okay, bye. Right. Thank you for your patience. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I am happy to report that I finally have Pepsi Zero again. Ah, and it tastes so much better than Cola Zero. Oh my god. Oh, Coca-Cola Zero, it's technically also cola in it. Yeah. 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 Gonna go continue reading House of Leaves. Oh. Never heard of that. But have fun. I've been trying to get back into reading again lately. And I was like, this whole time I was like, dude, I have so many books and I haven't read like any of them. But actually, I don't actually have that many books that I haven't read yet. Most of them are manga. But I've been kind of itching to read like some kind of non-fiction fantasy again. Because all of the books that I have are non-fiction. They're all like, I got this book called The Precipice, and it's like a philosophy book. And I don't know if like I don't know if I'm just like too dumb for it or like I don't know, not in the right headspace or something. But I don't really enjoy reading it because it's kind of like it's about like the future of humanity and like why we should care about the future of humanity and stuff. And I'm kind of just like reading it. I'm like, yeah, I like already agree with all of this stuff. What is the purpose? Why do I need to read this? I don't know. I don't know what it is with me and philosophy, but I could just like never get into it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna... I have banned myself from buying more books until I actually read all of the ones that I own. So I think one day I'm gonna have to just... I'm just gonna have to like sit down and like binge all of my manga. The nice thing about manga is they're pretty quick. You can read them pretty quickly. Philosophy makes your head think, that's all it really is. Yeah, it's just like... I don't know, like... Again, like, I don't know if I'm just like stupid. But to me, like, philosophy's always just been like, okay, like, what if this thing happened? What would you do? And I'm just sitting here like, okay, but like, that thing can't happen. It's like hypothetical. Like, I get it. I get why people enjoy thinking about hypothetical things. And there's like some interesting things you can learn about like your own, I don't know, sense of morality and stuff like that. I get that that's interesting to other people. It's just never been that interesting to me. I guess I prefer to like focus on think about stuff that like, I don't know. I don't know. Been getting into philosophy lately, specifically, I don't know how to pronounce that. That's cool. Yeah, me buying the Precipice by Toby Ord was my attempt to get into philosophy. And this book is apparent, like a lot of people consider this book extremely interesting, but I can't get into it. It might be something that I have to try again to read when I'm like 35. So I don't know. There's a lot of things that I didn't care about 10 years ago that I find very interesting nowadays. Maybe it's the same thing. I just need to be... Maybe I just need to be older and like in a different... what'd you call that? Life... Different life... situation... Greetings, people. In this house, we say meowdy, okay? Meowdy. I have a bunch of books I still have yet to read. 14 to be exact. Oh my god. It's from the Legends continuity of Star Wars. I see. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I still had a bunch of books that I've never read. 'Cause yesterday I was like, okay, how do I solve this extremely damaging issue? And I feel really smart for thinking of this, but I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take every book that I have and I'm gonna read the first chapter of each one. And then I'm just gonna like pick the one that I'm the most interested in right now. And I look at my bookshelf and there's literally one book that I haven't that I haven't read yet. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing as well is I have a lot of books, the kind of books that you don't just like sit down and read like the whole thing. They're more like informative books where, I don't know. Thank you for the resub, by the way, Kvexi. How are you? Welcome in. Good morning. Ah, so true. Yeah, like for example, I have an actually really good and informative book about polyamory. But it's like the kind of book you look in the chapters and you're like, okay, I'd like to like learn about this thing, and then you just skip to that chapter and you read that. You don't really like read it from start to finish. I have a lot of books like that. But yeah, I've been kind of thinking about getting more into more reading some of some of the books from the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. 'Cause I hear there's some very interesting, fun to read books from that author that never got like translated into a movie or anything like that. Is it called Polysecure? It is not. I've never heard of that one actually. Ah. Yeah, I don't have any non-fiction books. Unless you count the manga I have. But like novels and stuff, I don't have any. Except for the first series of Warrior Cat books in German. And I don't really like feel like reading those because it feels like I'm reading them to like practice German. That's boring. Not doing great, but we ball. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope I can yap about random topics and hopefully at least distract you a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad. I say this every time. I'm glad to be back to streaming. I love yapping. I love yapping to the people in the funny lit up rectangle. It's fun. It's really annoying because like every time before I do a stream, I'm like, oh man, I really can't be bothered. I don't feel like it. I don't want to stream. And then when I actually start streaming, I'm like, hell yeah, this is the best thing ever. I should stream more. Yeah, I actually wanted to return to streaming last week. I only wanted to have a 1 week break after the subathon. But it was a mix of being busy, having a bit of a... Why are my eyes closed so much? It was a mix of being busy, having kind of a chaotic schedule. And I guess I was feeling quite burnt out as well. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, glad to be back, but if you guys didn't see the community post I made on my YouTube page, I'm actually going to be dropping down to 2 streams a week instead of 3. At least for now. Because I just have too much stuff to do, dude. Unfortunately, like, I was a little bit naive. I thought, you know, when the game's out, I'll have more free time. But no, I'm still I'm still working on the game because of course we still like update it. And we still want to implement, you know, like Steam achievements and trading cards and stuff like that. And I've got to, like, you know, market my game so people actually buy it, and then everything was like actually worth it, you know. That's one thing. And also the fact that I'm attending up to 6 different conventions this year to sell my funny little merchandise. That's also a lot of work. Very fun, but a lot of work. And so I was like, okay, we do like the 2 art streams a week and we do 1 gaming stream a week. And right now I would rather drop the gaming stream than drop one of the art streams. Yeah, I think my eyes keep closing because it's getting dark in my room and the tracking is struggling to keep up. Or track my eyes properly. I mean, what? I actually look like this in real life. I'm just gonna turn the light on real quick. There we go. Part 4 UK road trip video in the works. First of all, thank you for asking about it. I've been putting a lot of effort into that series, so I'm glad that some people actually like it enough that they want me to continue it. It is in progress, because my patrons actually voted on it that it should be the next video that I work on. Which, as you may see, is not what I'm doing right now. I feel a bit bad because I was supposed to make the road trip video next. But because the game came out since then, I have needed to prioritize marketing for that right now. First. Which is why I'm doing this video, and I have another video that's coming out by the end of March that is also not the road trip continuation. But once that is out, then I'll do the road trip continuation. Unless something comes up. Hopefully. Yeah, I do feel bad about that. I've not been very well organized. To be fair, I have been dealing with a lot of burnout and such, which has very much thrown a wrench into my plans. Road Trip Part 4 was supposed to come out in frickin' December. That's how messed up my schedule has been. But yeah, I genuinely appreciate you asking about it though, because you know, that like I said, that series takes a lot of work, so I'm glad that people appreciate it and enjoy it. You just gotta wait a little bit longer, okay? It'll probably come out in April. But I'm gonna try my best to make it like... I'm gonna try my best to not spend like 2 months working on it. Both I and one of my partners 100% of the game. It was very fun. Hell yeah. Glad to hear that. Tired horses tired. Welcome to Tired Club. No one's perfect. We do what we can. Don't let it get you down. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know, like... Probably nobody is actually mad at me for taking so long to make that video. Yeah, thank you for the resub, Bradley. Welcome in. How's it going? Hey Chip, good luck with today's stream. Have a good day. Glad to see you streaming again. Appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you have a great day as well. Absolute legend, by the way. Just saying. Meow meow. Thank you for another resub, Convexity. 41 months? What do you mean? What do you mean? Bro, I gotta keep live streaming for like the next 20 years because I need to see somebody... Wait, what is... I don't know if YouTube is gonna survive that long, but like imagine somebody resubbing for like 240 months. I need to see that. I for one am absolutely fuming. I cannot believe this. No. Don't be angry in a very British way. You kitten notification sound. I have something like that too when I join a Discord VA. Really? That's actually amazing. But yeah, I know that like literally nobody is actually mad at me for not making that video sooner. Especially not my Patreon supporters. Who like literally just want to support me so I can like comfortably make videos at like whatever pace I need. I just feel really bad whenever I say I'm gonna do something and then I don't actually do it. Let me turn the light up a little bit more actually. Like it's still not tracking properly. Sure, it exists somewhere that a sub has lasted 240 months. I mean, I don't think any live streaming services are that old. I mean, Twitch is pretty old, but not 20 years old. I think, right? And it probably didn't have the whole subscription thing in the beginning. That was probably added like several years later. What am I doing? I'm turning the light up. Yeah, I got distracted. There we go. That should be good. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Felix. How dare you not make that video on time? I'm furious. This is a joke. Okay, thank you for specifying. I got a little bit scared there. I demand UK Road Trip Part 12 on my desk by Friday. I don't even know if I'm gonna have this video on your desk by Friday. I am trying to get it done by the end of the month. We'll see how well that goes. Yeah, that is actually another thing. Another thing that bothers me about that I'm taking so long with the road trip series. Like, I went on that road trip In 2024. It is 2026 now. It's almost 2 years since I went. And I'm not even halfway done telling the story yet. Thank you so much for the primary sub, by the way, LB. Welcome in. Seem to have lost my streak. Oh no, but still 15 months. Yippee. Hell yeah. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I really want to figure out a way I can... I do feel like I keep saying this over and over. But I really want to figure out a way I can make storytime animations in a way where I don't have to spend months working on them. Because I keep getting into these slumps with them where I start making them and I'm having fun. Like I write the script and I'm like, yeah, this is like really awesome. I like start planning how the visuals go. I'm like, I have really cool ideas. I'm like having fun with it. And then 2 weeks pass and I'm like, bro, I cannot be asked to work on this anymore. Like, I guess I'm in the wrong profession because I hate working on the same project for like too long. I don't know if I would survive if I would work on like, I don't know, an animated movie. Those things take years. I can't imagine working on the same project for that long. I just lose motivation for it really fast. I think it's a perfectionism thing, honestly. Because I just start seeing, the longer I work on it, the more mistakes I see. The longer I work on something, the more mistakes I see, and the more things I want to change. You know how, like, bad I am with wanting to change things really often. Technically, it's been 14 years since Twitch subs have started existing. Interesting. The frickin' the pronunciation gets me every time. Thank you so much for the dodo pretzel. I really appreciate it. Give me a second. I need to reread that myself because I did not understand half of it. Thank you, Chip. You did your best. How long to get from south to north UK, both public transport and driving yourself? Is much longer on public transport. Yes, it is much longer on public transport. I don't think there is... Oh, you know what? Trying to get to the south of the UK, at least in my experience, with public transport, is really difficult. I met up with some friends in Brighton a couple of years ago. And it was really hard to get there with public transport. I don't know why. So yeah, I don't think there's like train connection that goes like straight from the north to the south, or at least like as close to that as you can get. Anyone who actually lives in the UK and takes public transport, feel free to correct me on that. I don't have a ton of experience when it comes to public transport in the UK. Because I never travelled anywhere while I was living there. I didn't have money for that. But, driving, so... Trying to remember. So if you're saying UK, it probably means Scotland as well, right? Because we were in Loch Ness. And then we drove from Loch Ness to the Lake District, which took about 4 hours. And then we drove from the Lake District to... No, I think it was slightly less than 4 hours, was it? And then we drove from the Lake District to Cardiff, which took another 4 hours. And then we drove from Cardiff to what is the place called? Folkestone, which is right on the edge of the country. That's why we took the ferry home. And that also took about 4 hours. So unless you're going like right to the top of Scotland for some reason, theoretically it would take you I can't do maths, 12 hours? 12 hours from south to north or the other way. Around that, maybe. Keeping in mind that this was a bit of a like, okay, so it was like here's the UK. It was like, I think here to like here to here, and then like that. It was that kind of route. UK, England, Great Britain, what's the difference? Okay, I'm very afraid of sounding really stupid and saying something wrong, despite being a British person. Okay, England is a country. The UK is made up of England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. I really hope I'm not getting this the wrong way around. Britain, I believe, refers to like the whole island, so it would also include Ireland, I believe. I'm gonna look it up. What is Britain again? Or is it just the big one, maybe? I think it includes Ireland as well, but... Oh, no, I was wrong. Britain is just the big part that includes Scotland, England, and Wales. The British Isles is the one that includes Ireland. But the UK is like just the countries that are like together. Together, I mean like politically together, I guess you would say. Because Ireland is not part of the UK. Only Northern Ireland is. But yeah, it's a little bit confusing. Don't feel bad if you if you don't know any of those. As you can see, I was also not 100% before I looked it up. UK is the state. I don't know if UK is the right... I don't know if state is the right word. Apparently the UK is considered a country. Which I feel like a lot of people would argue with you about that, but... According to Wikipedia, it's a country. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I despise the public transport in the US. It's awful. I've heard a lot of stories. I wish I could just drive there, but I feel like that would be like stupidly expensive. Am I too late for this? Yes. Please leave. I'm just kidding. Don't go. Go. Program do you use? This is Clip Studio Paint EX. It is the best animation program I have ever used. Do not talk to me about Adobe Animate. I despise that program. I despised it even before it became Adobe. Is it free to use? It is not free. It is not free, but it does have a perpetual license, so you don't have to subscribe to it. You can subscribe to it. You do have to subscribe to it if you're on the iPad like me. But I think it's not too expensive personally. You're all clean now? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could tidy up the hand a little bit. But I'm not gonna go too crazy on the cleanup because, as we said earlier, nobody actually cares if there's a little bit of sketchiness to your lines. In fact, a lot of people find it endearing. You can look at the what is it called? What is that animated pilot on YouTube called with the cats? With the like old-timey cats. What's it called again? Lackadaisy, yes. You can look at Lackadaisy as an example. Lots of construction lines left in it, and people think that is like amazing. So in my opinion, you should only clean up your lines and stuff if you really want to. And I really don't want to, so I'm leaving it sketchy. I'm a super fan, so I had that answer on top. On top. Yeah, I usually remember the name because I do like Lackadaisy. I really like the webcomic actually. I read the webcomic before the animation even got announced. Thought it was amazing. I don't know why I couldn't think of it earlier. You seeing a different chat instead? I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch right now. But both chats are combined into one for me, so I'm not ignoring one over the other, don't worry about that. What's the animation about? So I like to be annoying and mysterious and not explain what my videos that I'm working on stream are about. But I will show off what I've done so far in a little bit. All I need to do is animate this how he's gonna get from this frame to this frame. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my throat. It's really annoying. Ah. What was I saying? Yeah. And then all that's left to do... I put all in quotation marks because it's still going to take me like 10 hours. But all that's left to do after that is line art. Not line art. Oh my god. I'm not going to line this. I would rather... I was going to say something really graphic that I probably shouldn't. I would rather... stub my toe than line this. Anyway, what was I saying? Lip sync. All I have to do is lip sync, which is going to be fun. I'm excited to do that. I do enjoy doing lip sync. The only reason I don't really lip sync my videos anymore is because it takes absolutely ages, and it's just not worth it because nobody actually cares if your videos are lip synced or not. I just think it would fit really well with this particular video because it's just a short 30-second thing anyway. Which is why I'm doing it here. What was I talking about? Yeah, lip sync and then coloring. Coloring might be annoying because of the sketchy lines. But Clip Studio, I'm not doing an ad read right now. But Clip Studio does have some features that are going to make the coloring a lot easier, so it might not be too bad. So yeah, you can see my overall progress pretty soon. That was the beginning of this conversation, wasn't it? how you going? I'm pretty good, thank you very much. I was kind of struggling to get motivated earlier, just because I've been feeling so tired today. But I think I'm actually it's almost 4 p.m. and I'm finally waking up. I want to plant both characters. Well, you can with channel points. At least you can turn off your brain while doing lines. I feel like I can't. Yeah, I think I think you weren't here when I was ranting about that. So wait, let me show you. So as you can see here, it's quite small, but I've been working on this animation for 19.5 hours now. And part of the reason why it's been so long is because I've redone this. I've redone the first 5 seconds like 3 times. This was originally gonna have clean lines. But I was just struggling so much with it. Like, I couldn't get the lines to look good, and it was just like not fun at all. So that's why I ended up going with the sketchy style, which I think is it's just so much more fun, I'm not gonna lie. It's so much more fun to not like have that pressure of like, oh, the lines have to look really clean and smooth. What was the point of me talking about this again? Oh yeah, so I feel like I can't turn my brain off when I do lines. I find it stressful. I can turn my brain off when I do colors though. There's public transport over there in Dusseldorf. I've heard praise and horror stories about German public transport in general. Sorry, I'm a public transport nerd and got curious of the topic. Okay, that makes sense. Don't worry about it though. Yeah, public transport over here. Also, I don't know why I just like traced over this thing. There was no reason for me to do that. I mean, I guess I can keep this and use it as an ease out frame. So what I actually wanted to do was like I think it's called a breakdown. Like a frame in between these that basically describes how he gets from here to here. And then I just like traced over this for some reason. Turned my brain off. Yeah, public transport over here is terrible. It's the connections between cities are pretty bad. Trains are very infrequent and very late. And to top it all off, it's not even cheap. And also something really annoying is that so like I buy my train and bus tickets with this app, right? The app is like, the concept of it is pretty cool because you can do like a check-in ticket. So you check in when you get in the train or whatever. Or even the bus, you can do a combination. And then you just check out when you've arrived at your destination. And it calculates how much you have to pay. And it's also usually, for some reason, way cheaper than buying a ticket from the machine. I don't know why. But this app is so stupid because it's like region locked for some reason. So if I wanted to use it in Hamburg, for example, I would have to like sign out of the app and then choose a different region and then make a new account just for Hamburg. And then use that. And then yeah, it's so stupid. I don't know why it's set up like that. But And I wish I could just like tell my friends who come over to Germany, like, oh yeah, you can just use this app, it's really easy and it's really cheap. But no, like, it's... You don't use the Deutschland ticket? Well, I don't use public transport in general very often. Like, when was the last time I used it? The last time I used it was in Bonn. I traveled from like one area of Bonn to the other. And I just used the app and it cost €5 in total, like there and back. So, you know, no reason for me to use to spend €50 on the Deutschland ticket. I only use it like once a month. Even like traveling to Cologne for me was like, I think it was only like €15 with the app. For some reason, like when you buy a ticket from the machine, it's like 25 at least. I don't understand. I don't understand why. How come the socks plushie was cheaper than the loaf plushie? Because... Sorry, my back is itchy. Yeah, loaf is big, yeah. But, stuff's just been, like, getting so much more expensive lately. And, shipping and stuff has gotten a lot more expensive. Taxes and stuff have gotten a lot more expensive. But I didn't want people to pay more than, like, $45 in total for the plush. So I put it, like, as cheap as I could, so that you would still pay less than €45 in total. Which means I didn't make very much money on that plush, to be completely honest with you. But I would rather do that than make people pay like over €50 for a plushie. Oh yeah, I got my socks plush the other day. Hell yeah! Please don't ask me... Please nobody ask me why they arrived early. I don't know. Just be happy about it, okay? Ever made a beanbag of your characters? I would love to. Wait, would it be like a big beanbag though, or like... Maybe like a little one that you like put in your hand and you like squish it. Oh. Once I tried getting on a train without buying a ticket, only because my bank account locked up and I couldn't contact them in time. And of course, the one time I do that, I got asked for my ticket. Dude, it always happens. Like, the one singular time you would ever do that. That's why I always buy a ticket. Even though I could sometimes very easily take a train and get off and not buy a ticket. I will always buy one anyway. So the moment I don't, they're gonna check me, I already know. Bringing socks plushies to Dokumi this year. I will, actually. I have about 50 of them that I'll be bringing to cons I'm going to this year. Not sure if the tickets are sold out for the convention Heroes Made in Asia. Haven't checked the website, but man, would love to go there. We'll definitely visit the booth if he's still doing that. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't think they are sold out yet. But yeah, I'm really excited for it because a lot of people say that that convention is really good. Like, according to the Dutch. According to the Dutch, Heroes Made in Asia is like the better version of Comic-Con. Apparently a lot of people I've been complaining about the Dutch Comic Con lately that it's like too big and too corporate. And that Heroes Made in Asia still has that like... I don't know, like art-focused feeling to it. So apparently a lot of people like really prefer that convention over Comic-Con now, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Never been myself, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I'm gonna complain to the manager that I got better than expected customer service. Yeah, it's just like... I've gotten so many people asking me, like literally like reaching out to my like support email, being like, hey, I got my plushie early, why? And... and like not only do I not know, but I don't know how to... I don't know what these people expect of me, like... like what kind of response do you expect? Do you expect me to be like, oh, that shouldn't have happened, please send it back? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna assume that like the April guesstimate date was kind of like the latest that it would ship. And there's technically always a chance that stuff can be shipped earlier than expected, right? My socks plushie, I love him. I'm glad you like him. I'm really... I mean, I keep saying this, but I'm really happy with how those plushies turned out. They just straight up look exactly like my artwork. It's wild. This is too fast. What the flip? You have it early, enjoy the reasonable response. I mean, I don't want to be rude. I don't know what people expect. Okay, let's do it. Let's do something like really bouncy. I'm gonna go crazy with the bounce in this video. Because it's freaking fun, okay? Ah. And he's gonna be stretchy. Stretchy boy. Yeah. Yeah. The beanbag, I mean, one an adult could sit / lay on. Yeah, that would be really cool. But, like, imagine the logistics of that. It's like, selling plushies is already so, like, difficult. Just because, like, this is something you don't really think about. Like, I didn't even think about this either, to be totally honest with you. Plushies take up so much space. So, like, imagine how much space beanbags would take up. Like, imagine just 50 beanbags in one room. What happened to your second live streaming channel that you wanted to practice German on? Thank you for asking. I didn't know people still cared about that channel. It still exists. I decided not to do live streams on it anymore. and instead just make German videos. However, I have been so busy that for the, like, what has it been, like, years now? I have just not found a chance to work on any videos for it. Which is really it's been really frustrating because I actually started working on a video for it. I have a video that's like recorded and it's in the editing phase. But I just haven't had the chance in literally the last year at all to finish editing it. So yeah, when I eventually have more time, if that ever happens, I do wanna revive my German channel. I want it to be kind of like a I don't know if I would do like vlog style content, but definitely more like IRL stuff. Like you know, trying German foods and that kind of thing. Stuff where I don't have to like draw a lot. Because I am a little bit scared of like the fact that like my whole career rides on the fact that I can use my wrists to draw. And I have a bad habit of catastrophizing. So I'm like very terrified of the idea of like one day, I don't know, I break my wrists or something and I can't draw anymore and then I'm like completely screwed. All this to say, having that German channel exist and like be successful and stuff as a channel where I upload videos that just need to be like edited, I don't need to draw anything for them, would be very, very nice to have. And on a lighter note, I think it would just be fun. Like, I was enjoying editing that video that is stuck in editing purgatory until I have time to work on it again. And I think the concept for it is, like, really cool. I don't know how well it'll perform, but it's a cool concept in my opinion. And I really want to... I'm very excited to finish it eventually. But as has been previously established, I'm a very busy boy. Stream is so nice and relaxing, quite nice after a hectic day. Glad to hear it. Any experiences with Flixbus or some other similar budget-friendly buzzers over there? It's funny you ask. I may have made an entire video related to a bad, what do you call it? Long distance buzz experience. In general, though, I am glad that there is a very cheap alternative to, like, travel across the country and multiple countries. It means hanging out with certain people who live far away is, like, a lot more, viable than it would be if they would have to rely on flights or trains. Ah. Started learning German last week, maybe someday I'll be able to watch Chips Cola without subs. Hell yeah. Good luck, dude. I believe in you. Biggest fear as an artist? Yeah. It's just like, because like literally my entire life rides on the fact that I can use my hands and wrists and stuff to draw. Like, and my eyes. Like, I've been terrified of like losing my ability to see. This is how my brain works. I'm constantly thinking about like, bro, what if like an asteroid came and like hit only my house and destroyed all of my drawing supplies? What would I do? When you go into the Netherlands, try some of the local snacks. Highly recommend. Appreciate it. I've tried a lot of them actually because I live very close to the border. But if you have any specific ones you want me to try, definitely feel free to recommend them. Remember that video? What was one of them? Was that one of them? I'll leave that up to your interpretation. But I haven't had a... Okay, wait. I was gonna say I haven't had an experience like that since. But I also stopped using services like that, like, pretty soon after I made that video, because that's when I got my driver's license in 2020. But yeah, I have a friend who like who uses Flixbus and stuff a lot, and they've never had a bad experience with it, which is wild to me because I use it like, I think that experience where I made the video, that was like my 3rd time using like a cross-country bus service like that, and I immediately had like this terrible experience. I had pretty good experiences with Flix Train though. They were always on time and fast and very cheap. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Felix. I appreciate it. Ludwig van Beethoven was a classical composer who went deaf, but he still managed to compose many masterpieces, even though he lost his hearing. Very true. That is something I have I don't want to say the word fantasize because that makes it sound like a good thing. Daydreamed. Daydream makes it sound like a good thing as well. Thought about. If I would ever lose my sight, technically I could still keep making videos. And people might find it actually interesting to see a blind person animating. So I think all hope would not be lost if I would lose my sight for whatever reason. Did a deaf production challenge my server a few months ago. I did terribly. If I lose my hearing, I'm screwed. No. Oh, you know what's a funny thing you should try once? So when one time when I was visited by Tim, the guy who makes a lot of music for my videos and stuff, we did a fun thing. He brought his laptop with like I think he uses Ableton with like Ableton on it, and what we did is first my partner put on the headphones, and then Tim made the song like without being able to hear it. And my partner was like, yeah, that sounds good. Or like, nah, you gotta do that a bit differently, that kind of thing. Like, try to explain to him like how to make the song while Tim couldn't hear it. And then we did the same thing with me. And we came out with these really, really weird songs. But they were also like sort of good in their own way. That was really fun. I was using Flixbus frequently when I was still long distance with my BF. It went well every time. Dude, did I just get like ridiculously unlucky? I don't know anybody else who had a bad experience with Flixbus. Literally just me. And it happened, I still can't believe that it happened twice in a row. To be fair, I have wrist pain pretty often, and I'm still on track to be an animator. Still can't write that well, but drawing I can do. Okay. That is cool that you are able to do that. I'm glad to hear that. I used to get wrist pain pretty often as well, actually. But it's stopped. It has stopped within like the last year. And I don't know exactly why. But my theory is that it stopped because I have built up some muscle in my wrists. Because I started doing regular push-ups. I don't know if that's exactly why, but it does kind of make sense to me in my head because I feel like that makes sense from the timing of it. And also because it was in both of my wrists, not just my drawing wrist. I think my wrists were just like really weak. And obviously if you if your muscles are weak but you use them a lot for like small frequent movements, then that can really start to hurt after a while. Yeah, that's my experience with wrist pain. It's really nice that the problem just went away because that whole like whole situation I had with trying to like freaking doctors and stuff did not know what was wrong with me. It was so freaking annoying. I would like keep going to the orthopedic and they would like just freaking like keep injecting me with stuff and like giving me wrist braces and stuff, and I would keep going back like, yeah, it's not improving. And I'm like, okay, like go to this other doctor, and then the other doctor's like, oh no, and then they like give me a theory, and then I'm like, okay, this guy said this, and then they give me a different theory. It was a whole really frustrating process, so I'm really glad that I just don't have to deal with it anymore because the problem went away on its own. Not sure if you had it or heard of it before, but a very central / northern Dutch thing is called herring. Herring happen. It's a raw herring with onions. Yeah, of course, I've heard of that. I don't remember if I've personally actually had it before. I know my partner has definitely had it. And I don't know if I tried it. I think I would remember if I tried it. I'm just gonna have to try it again. Sounds pretty fun. I should try that sometime if I ever visit anyone again. Also based Ableton user. Yeah, I think you could probably do it. I wonder if there's a way you could do it through Discord. I just don't know how you would do it so you could still hear the other person. So it's like, okay, what if you just like take your headphones off, but then you wouldn't be able to hear the person on the other side of the call. The only friend I know who has used Flixbus had nothing but cancellation stories about Flixbus for a simple 40-minute long service. Oh my god. Okay, that's like the first negative experience other than my own that I've heard. I need more frames. Thank you very much for the bits, by the way, Felix. There are also some quadriplegic artists paralyzed from the neck down that still make great art. Yeah, there are a lot of a lot of amazing artists who are disabled. Which is why it really annoys me when people use that as use disability as like an argument for why like AI is good actually. It's like, oh, it makes it more accessible to disabled artists. Like, why are you just like shitting on the actual disabled artists who make beautiful art? When I start out being an animator, what animating thing do you use? I use Clip Studio Paint. It is a paid program, but I think it's pretty good for the price personally. I wish I could give you a recommendation for a free program, but I don't have any experience with modern free programs. I used frickin' I grew up on MS Paint and Windows Movie Maker, and I feel like there are better options nowadays. Probably do it with 2 separate accounts on 2 separate devices. Talk to the person on your phone with 1 account. Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way you could do it. Use MS Paint because I'm so used to it. Wow, really? That is very interesting. That you still choose to use MS Paint despite how many like free options there are nowadays for art programs. Not that I'm like putting you down or anything. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. Just find it interesting. Would want to use Clip Studio Paint, but at the minute my university only pays for Adobe and Toon Boom, so I have to use those. Ew, disgusting. I mean, I think Toon Boom is supposed to be pretty good, right? But I absolutely hate Adobe Animate with a passion. I would rather, and I actually did this, rather animate in Photoshop than Adobe Animate. And I have animated quite a few of my videos in Photoshop, actually. And Photoshop is like... It's like, okay, it's a program that's like primarily for editing photos. And it feels like they just tacked on, like, digital arts capabilities as well. Including the animation especially feels incredibly tacked on and very unpolished. And it was like ridiculously glitchy when I used it. But I literally rather... In the past, I rather dealt with that than use frickin' Adobe Animate. Try Clip Studio Paint, couldn't get the hang of it. That's fair. Yeah, as much as I love Clip Studio Paint, it's sadly not particularly beginner friendly. Because you open the program up for the first time and there's like a million different things on your screen and you're just like, what is this? What is this spaceship? What I always recommend to people who are just starting out with Clip Studio Paint is to like take all of these windows and just like delete them all. And then go into a window and then like add the ones that you actually need. And like as you're drawing, you notice like which things you want to have on your screen at all times, and then you just like add them, and eventually you end up with something like this, which is my own personal layout for like how all the windows are set up. Was the last time I used any freeware? I don't know. Do we count Fubar 2000? Because I'm using that right now. It's free and it's software, so probably right. It's better than Adobe. I still use Photoshop most of the time over Animate because the Animate brushes are so bad. Exactly. Yeah, I've heard like mixed opinions about Toon Boom. I feel like it's one of those programs people used to really like, but has gotten worse in recent years. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Feel free to correct me if I'm spreading misinformation. Where did your song info widget go? Yeah, about that. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I changed my overlay. It's different now. It looks nicer in my opinion. And I basically just forgot to add the song thing back in. But I conveniently left myself a big space on the bottom there, so I'll probably add it back in there at some point. So when I was doing the subathon, most of the stuff I was doing, I didn't have music on in the background. So I decided to just like leave it out. But I can definitely add it back in. People also say that if you have the time to configure brushes on the application, Critter is king, but I don't know. I hear that too. I also hear extremely mixed opinions about Critter. And yes, I've been told it's pronounced Critter. I've never used it, so I don't know. Don't judge me. Like, some people would, like, die for Critter. When was the last time you only used freeware to animate? Probably when I was like 10. Because I got, back then, Macromedia Flash pretty early. It was pretty cool. My IT teacher in primary school helped me find like a cheap version for students. And then eventually I learned how to sail the high seas, as so to speak. So I was using a cracked version of Photoshop for a long time as well. All I know is Crit has a cute mascot. Does it? Wait. Critter mascot. Oh yeah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Adorable. Wow. Totally forgot that mascot was a thing. I love them. I got Super Chipflake Ooh and I love it. Yo, glad you like it. That's very cool to hear. Okay, so now I can use this thing that I drew by accident. You ever make cats be like sequels? I've thought about that a lot, to be honest. either like cats, either just like cats be like 2, or I don't know, kittens be like, something like that. I just want to make it when I really feel inspired to do it, because I don't want it to just be like, oh, I need views, let me remake my most popular video, you know? The thing is, even like other videos I've made, like a day in the life of a cat and stuff like that, that's technically already Cats Be Like 2. It's a compilation of funny things cats do. So it might be a challenge to come up with something like original. Love my love plush. I'm glad to hear that. I frickin' love those plushies as well. I'm glad that other people enjoy them too. Would it matter how long the story times animations are? What do you mean by matter exactly? Wee. Hi CC, welcome in. How are you doing? The emotes are not showing up for me, unfortunately, which is making me very sad. Give up all my mortal possessions for a loaf. Half joking. Haha. I see. Are you? I'm okay, actually. I was kind of dying at the beginning of the stream because I'm, like, really tired today for some reason. But I'm waking up. And we're doing some animation, and it's turning out pretty good, and I'm excited. Like, if you put ads on the video, it doesn't matter how long they are. If you want to put ads on a storytime animation, I mean, you can add ads to, like, any video, no matter the length. But, it can only have mid-roll ads if it's longer than 8 minutes long. So, yeah. Personally, I have been aiming to hit that, for my storytime animations. Because the difference in, revenue you get from a video with mid-rolls and one that doesn't is like ridiculous. It's like literally, you get literally like double the amount of money. So it's often worth it to make the video longer because of that. However, when it comes to animation, I don't know. Adding, if I have to add like an extra couple of minutes, that's like so much more work. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking of aiming for maybe like 5 minutes. Waking up to ash and dust? Yes, exactly. Love your animations. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm making one right now. And it's turning out not too bad. I really need it to be done by the end of the month though. So otherwise I'm gonna be even more broke than I already am. Seeking to do animations but start off with shorter videos. Yeah. That's a very good idea. To start with short ones. To kind of get yourself into it. Figure out exactly how long it takes you to make however many minutes. And I don't know, even figure out if you even like making videos at all. That's a very good idea. I know too many people who have been like, okay, I'm gonna make YouTube videos, and then they start, and then it's just like too huge of a project that they either never get done because they run out of time, like they don't have time for it, or they get burnt out. So yeah, that's why my first ever video was like 2 minutes long. Thank you for the unshrimp reminder, by the way. I'm thankfully not shrimping forwards, but I am leaning backwards a bit too much in a way that's probably not particularly ergonomic. Okay, okay, really quick. I'm just gonna take a very quick break because I gotta go pee. But I will be back like really quickly, so do not go anywhere. Thank you for the bits though, Convexity. I have a meeting to go to, unfortunately, so I gotta go now. No worries. Thank you for helping me feel a bit better in the present moment with your company. No worries. I hope you feel better soon. I appreciate you coming along to the stream anyway and chatting. We had some very interesting conversations thanks to you, so yeah, good luck with your work and have a good day. And everybody else, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in like 1 minute, okay? I'm gonna speedrun it. Alright, thank you very much for waiting. Those of you who actually waited are absolute legends. Yes, I got more cola as well. Because you gotta do what you gotta do. Bro, I cleaned the bathroom on Sunday. And like, it is still glistening. Absolutely beautiful. I did a really good job. Just so you know. Running out of toilet paper though, which is bad. Bro, does anybody else think toilet paper is like way too expensive nowadays? Good job. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You know what, like, I'm kind of making a joke about it. but I am quite proud of myself. Because especially when I get in like depressive slumps, leading is very hard for me. But it feels very nice right now to go into my bathroom and take a big pee. And be like, yo, it feels like a hotel in here, it's that clean. And also like, the fact that I spent time on a Sunday doing it, my precious day off. Yeah. I blame COVID. Yeah, like ever since COVID, toilet paper's gotten ridiculously expensive. But unlike other things that actually like when the price for the other things actually went down, toilet paper just stayed expensive for some reason. Like why are we spending so much money on literal paper, little pieces of paper? Bro. Had nowhere else to go cause work. I see you. And then we go back from a bidet. I want one so bad, dude. But it's not that easy to install one in my apartment, sadly. Otherwise, I would have done that already. Necessity should never be overpriced, in my opinion. Yep. Yep. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'll start ranting about like how why do we expect people to pay for glasses, bro? Like you have to pay to be able to see? What is that all about? I don't even wear glasses. I just think the concept of it is really stupid. The concept of paying for that is really stupid. Ah. Been missing bidets ever since I've been to Japan. Like I've never been to Japan. I think I've used a bidet like twice in my life. One of them was in the Netherlands, actually. Funnily enough. But I still like... You just like think about it logically and they're just like... They make so much sense. And they make you like... They're like so much cleaner. You know what? Okay, I'm not gonna like stay on this topic for too long because it's kind of gross. But like imagine if you like... Like, if you like get some like poop on your arm, you wouldn't just like rub it off with a piece of paper, right? You would go to the sink and wash it with hot water at minimum. Soap as well, probably as well. So why are we like okay with going to the toilet and just using paper to clean ourselves? Like, it's kind of gross. Using water for that makes so much more sense. And you don't... Water is like a way cheaper and easier to acquire resource than paper. Anyway, let's change the topic. How was your day today? It was okay, thank you for asking. I'm kind of struggling to just kind of struggling to get motivated earlier, but I'm doing okay now. No, let's stay on that topic. No, I'm done. I'm done. So if I'm home, I'll just clean myself in the shower instead. Yeah, I actually do the same. I don't even like using wet. Okay, I just said I was not going to continue this topic. This is my last my last sentence. I don't even like using wet wipes. They don't feel clean enough to me. I need to be in the shower with soap and water, which may sound probably as excessive. I get that. But I will not feel clean. unless I do that. I see some storytime animators that mostly use still images other than animating. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. My thoughts on that is I do like seeing more animation, especially if it's like creative and you can clearly see that there's been a lot of passion and talent put into it. But I think, you know, despite the genre name, I don't know who named the genre storytime animation, but despite that name, storytime animation is like not about animation, in my opinion. Like, it's more about telling a story and using visuals to help you tell that story. So if a storytime animation is like barely animated, but the story is entertaining and the visuals are entertaining, like, I do not care if I'm watching a slideshow. Like, I just want to watch a fun video with some cool art. It doesn't need to be like Disney level animation. Do you have any tips on how to come up with a username for animation channel? It's been one of the hardest parts of creating a channel for me so far. I see. So my channel name, I basically like sat down and I started writing like words. I think I even, okay, this was like almost 10 years ago now, 2017. No, it was 10 years ago, because I started like my first video came out in January in 2017, but I was already working on the channel at least 6 months before. So basically 10 years ago now. Jesus Christ. I think I also remember even like, I was basically like brainstorming the name of my channel. I think I even remember writing down stuff like sketch and pencil and art-related terms. So I wrote down a bunch of terms that are like related to art and like cats and like what the channel would be about and stuff. But I also just wrote down a lot of words that I just like the sound of. And that's how I got onto Chip and Flake. They are literally just words that I like the sound of. When I put them together, it was just kind of like, yeah, it sounds nice. It's short, but not too short, not too long. It's easy to spell. It doesn't really like say that much about what my channel is about, but it does kind of like have that like friendly, fun vibe to it, you know? That's how I came up with my username. Yeah, I don't know how much that helps. I would kind of just say, you can try to use a similar approach to me where you just write down a bunch of words that you feel some kind of like connection with. Some that might describe what your channel is about. You can even look at other people's usernames that you like. And like try to figure out like what exactly do you like about those names and how could you translate that into your own name, you know? Hope that helps. Recommend calling the channel Disney or DreamWorks. That sounds like a great idea. Thank you for the bits, Felix. I got my channel name, It's Free IP, from the It's Free Real Estate meme. Oh my god, that actually makes so much sense. I don't know how I didn't make that connection before. That's really funny. Yeah, that's a good name. It pretty much literally describes what kind of videos you make. And it's also funny. My username was a predetermined name that Google gave me on my Google Play account. That's totally valid, honestly. Yeah, I think if you're making like a YouTube channel, I don't think you even necessarily need to like give it that much thought. Like again, like Chipflake has nothing to do with art or animation. It's just two words that sound nice together, really. I think you can increase your chances of success if your name is easy to spell and easy to remember, easy to pronounce, that kind of thing. But other than that, I think you can kind of just, you know, I think you just shouldn't like stress about it too much. As long as it's not something that could be easily confused for somebody else, I think you'll be fine. My childhood channel was literally called Ember Animations because I was unoriginal and 10 years old. I mean, that's a nice name. Pretty self-explanatory. I got cancelled on Scratch because there was a more popular animator with that name, which was... Oh. What? You can get cancelled on Scratch? But the extent of my experience with Scratch was using it once in primary school. We used it once in a lesson. Are you saying there's like a whole like social media side to Scratch? Never been good with names, so I made a pun out of my IRL name. The convenience of having a nickname IRL. Yeah, that's fun. Think for the bits, Felix. Having animations in your name can also limit what you can do on your channel if you lose interest in animation somewhere along that line. That is a fair point. I also feel like it does make your name pretty long. But you know, at the same time, there's plenty of examples of other YouTube channels that are successful that have long names, so... Like I said, I think there's some things you can do that can potentially increase your chances of success, but you can just look at examples of other people's channels that are successful and see that they're all like, you know, it sort of doesn't matter that much. Market Pliers. Ooh, sounds like a good name for a gardening channel. There was communities on Scratch. I don't know if it's the same now. Oh. Interesting. I thought it was literally just like a really like child-friendly way to make games. That is what we're talking about, right? As you can see, it is slowly coming together. I don't like this though. I edited it in a weird way. I think I'm just gonna freehand it. Carpet tires. Wee. Multiply. No, that's an original name. There's a whole world of online culture out Scratch, mostly kids doing kid stuff. Oh, like Roblox, you mean? In life, there is a Roblox. A lot of people post art and animations on there. Wow, okay. I wonder how long it's been like that. Because I don't remember that being a thing when I used it. But I also used it once in class, so... it might have already been a thing that we just weren't allowed to have access to. It's like Tumblr but for kids surrounding around games and animation using coding. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, right? Always cool to encourage kids to get into creative hobbies, I guess. Leave. How's this looking? I want it to... Oh, I know what to do. Frickin' playback, don't loop, please. I almost want it to be even more exaggerated, actually. I think that could look interesting. If he's like... wait. He's like, also like, if there's a way... I've seen like a lot. It would be nice if there's like a nice curve, so he's like... like, if he like goes up like this. I don't know if this is gonna look really weird. But this is how I animate. I do a lot of trial and error. Curvy cup. Indeed. Love how lively and bouncy the movement is. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to remember to show off everything before I end stream. Okay, so if I do it like that, and then I add another frame here, so the curve is like... So the curve is like that. Don't know if that makes sense. And it'd be like over here somewhere. I don't know if there's like a good way to like plan your curves. I used to like literally draw a curve like this. Oh, you can't see that. Curve like this and then follow it. But I feel like that's kind of hard to do. Like it doesn't work out for me every time. I usually find it better to just like freehand it, I guess. And like trial and error. Ah. So let's try this. Maybe on this frame, his eyes are like half shut. But I'll just leave them open for now. I just kind of want to like see if I can. It's a bit too much. That's almost too curvy. Didn't think that was possible. Yo, is that a Roblox? What the flip? Okay, now the issue is there's too much rebound. The overshoot frame is too intense. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is like... Something with the eyes is like throwing me off. I mean, I kind of want to fix that later, but... Well, What if you're more over here? That looks better. Okay, Was that cola? Ah. Delectable. Yeah, the issue I used to have, the issue I had with like literally drawing the curves and following them is like, sure, that might work for like the head, but like how do you do the body? In this case, I think I'm gonna just like, it's gonna look weird. To be honest, you might have noticed already, but my in-betweens always look really weird. Because I don't really like pay that much attention to like if the anatomy is correct or whatever, if it's like on model or whatever. Because like, it literally doesn't matter. I don't know, maybe my animations would look more professional or whatever if the in-betweens look nice, but they're on screen for a split second. Their purpose is to just join up 2 frames. There's no reason for me to spend hours making it look really pretty. So yeah, I guess that's another animation tip. Don't stress about how nice your in-betweens look. As long as they do their job. Doesn't matter how weird they look. And I think this is gonna look a lot less weird when I add in the why am I out of breath? Add in the hair, the ears. Let's do something like this, yeah. Yeah. And I also shouldn't forget the arm raising up as well. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that looks weird. Oh no, that's too aggressive. Yeah. No, it should be more like this, right? Bro, I don't know. I don't know how to animate. Okay, I'm gonna look at it in context. Maybe that'll help. Okay, we need more. We need more what do you call it? He's out? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. That's basically what I mean. Yeah. I don't always have a ton of structure when it comes to how I do these. I don't know, like, it's probably good to have more structure and whatever, but I just kind of do what's fun to me. So I can't finish stuff unless I'm having at least a little bit of fun. I don't know, I really hope I can finish this by the end of the week though. That would be extremely good and nice. Your favorite type of bread? White toast. Yes. I mean, I don't know, baguette's pretty epic. Sorry, I had a burp stuck. Don't mind me. Oh yeah, I just remembered something I wanted to talk about literally 2 hours ago. Wait, I feel like I have a sneeze. Wait. Hello, are you gonna come out? No? Okay, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so, I was talking about, like, the fact that I'm dropping down to 2 streams a week instead of 3, at least for now. You may have also noticed I'm streaming on a Tuesday for some reason. I realized I do kind of need I kind of need Monday to, like, get organized almost. So, you know, it's the first day back after the weekend. And I'm usually not quite back into my productivity sleep schedule directly on a Monday. So it's happened a lot that I've woken up quite late and I haven't had a lot of time to prepare for my stream. And I kind of just also need the day to kind of like figure out what I want to do within the week. To like actually plan what I want to stream and like what I want to work on within the week. So streaming on Tuesday instead feels a lot more comfortable, I suppose. Yeah, and then we're back on Friday, which is nice. I like the idea of ending the week with a stream. Sneeze got stage fright. I guess it wasn't ready yet. Wasn't ready to come out yet. Ah. Which is okay, I suppose. Oh my god. Bro, so many people over the years have asked me for advice on coming out. And I'm like, bro, I'm like the worst person to ask because I literally came out to my family after I'd already started testosterone. I literally waited till the last possible minute to tell them. But the funny thing is, they didn't even notice that my voice had changed. Or they didn't even notice that I was like wearing a binder. Like when people are like worried about like, oh, I'm scared about expressing myself more because I don't want them to find out that I'm trans yet. Like, bro, most people will like not realize. My tip, don't. Yeah, I think it's hard to give advice on. In all seriousness, it's hard to give advice on because it so heavily depends on the person, like on your specific situation and what the people you're coming out to are like, what's their relationship with you and that kind of thing. I guess the one universal piece of advice you can always give is to make sure that you're like safe to do so. Like if there is a risk that they might react badly, then you're like prepared for the worst and you have like a place to stay, for example. If they might, you know, if it might go that bad. OMG, hi. Thank you for the bits, Felix. The thing about starting to wear a binder is that people generally won't ask where your honkers went. The thing is, like, I know that was like mostly a joke. But in my situation, they like literally didn't notice. Didn't come out as bi or pan to my mom until I was together with my BF. She's incredibly open-minded, so there's no reason for me to hide it. I just procrastinated on it. Yeah. I've still never came out to my grandparents about being bi. It's just like I don't think they would care. They obviously don't care about me being trans and being together with a guy. But like, I don't know. It's not really like a situation where I would need to tell them, I guess. Unless I got a girlfriend, I guess. Which, you know. Even though I have long hair and sometimes wear makeup at school, also speak in a high voice and always wear hoodies, even sometimes do my nails, nobody said I'm trans, they just called me gay. Yeah, exactly, like... People will, like, people see, like, I don't know, someone they perceive as male presenting feminine. They don't even, like, consider the fact that they might be trans. Oh my god. What? 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 Chip, are you okay? Thank you so much for the dodo creeper. Welcome in. That was a very beautiful message. I really appreciate it. It was actually amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for the support. I don't really understand your message, but thank you. Actually understand what the super chat is referencing? Oh, okay, that's a reference I don't get. I did assume it was some kind of reference. So I don't know how many people would actually call me babe. Yeah, that was a bit distracting. To quickly finish up what I was saying, like, so many people just, like, forget that trans people even exist. How's the game sales going? Pretty okay, I guess I would say. We're at 80% of the studio goal. So it's like, the chance of hitting the goal is like doable, but not like definite, I guess. If that's the right word. The way that crashed my YouTube had to refresh. Oh my god. Well, thank you for the save reminder. It has been a while. Genuinely miss seeing you live. Usually stream when I have school, but luckily I'm on spring break. When do you stream this week? Oh. I appreciate that. I'll be back on Friday, actually. Same time. So unfortunately, probably gonna be continuing to stream while you're at school. I am sorry. I have thought about streaming at different times, but this is just kind of like the time that works best for me. Although, I've kind of considered... I could stream earlier in the day, actually. That would work for me now that I have an actually reasonable sleep schedule. But I feel like I've been streaming at this time for so long that... like, I've already, like... built up a regular audience of people who expect the streams to be at this time, and they might not be able to join when it's earlier, and it's like, I don't know. If it's too late to change that. How are you right now? I'm okay, thank you very much for asking. Get out and take care of adult stuff, chores, etc. Good luck, dude. Appreciate you sticking around. Very cool. And nice, actually. Although, I have also been live for 3 hours. But, is anyone streaming Chipflake right now? So it'd be fun to raid someone who's streaming the game right now. No, no one's live. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I'm surprised how much I got done despite streaming. Usually I'm a bit too distracted. But yeah, as usual, very fun conversations we had today. Thank you to those of you who threw super chats at me. I really appreciate that as well. And yeah, I hope to see you back on Friday. We're going to be doing some traditional artwork for once, which I think is going to be fun. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on Friday. Don't forget that